Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. And I also like to say peace and blessings. Salutations to the hopefully elect. I was a Hab, Spirit Wind Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp. All right, and today I just want to go into a discussion about Esau using us as prey, as it says in Psalms 37 and other scriptures as well, that Esau preys on the poor. So let us examine, let us see how Esau, the so-called white man, all right, preys on the poor being the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. So I was reading an article about lions, and I was watching certain videos on YouTube and doing some research about a process, about a sport called canned hunting. And canned hunting is a process where Edomites from Europe would travel to Johannesburg, South Africa, and go to actual lion farms or lion so-called reserves, which is not a reserve because you're not reserving the life of those animals, but a lion farm where the people who run those savannas or those farms actually raise lions to hunt them. Hence the phrase, or hence the terminology, canned hunting, which is speculated to be similar to shooting a fish in a barrel. It's easy as hell to hunt fish if you raise them in a barrel because they have nowhere to go. So it's easy to hunt a lion that's in a farm as opposed to the savannas because he was bred to be prey. He was bred to be hunted by these hunters for thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? Or thousands and thousands of pounds, British pounds, okay? So what is it likened to? That is likened to Israel and America. Esau created these systems that was designed for the slaughter of our people. We know about the prison industrial complex, but you also understand that most Israelites that go to prison, all right, most Israelites that go to prison are Israelites from these cities, these inner cities, raised by single mothers. But what systems were put in place? They created single mothers, man, all right, single parent households. All right, you got all these different cushions, all right, that give women an incentive to not be responsible when it comes to sex because they're still gonna be taken care of by the government if they have those offspring, man. Also, you have these legislations that cause Jake or put Jake in a position so he made poor decisions to go to prison, which created single parent households. So Esau created these environments which created these individuals and these offspring, which were basically irrational people. Not saying every Israelite in these environments are irrational, but Esau created these environments. They created the Chief Keefs. They created the young Reeses and the little Reeses and the 21 Savages. A nigga was actually manufactured in America, man. That's how in slavery you had slave farms where they bred slaves. Esau was breeding niggas through these farms called the inner city. All right, he's breeding niggas through these farms. They had women raise kids without their fathers. So generally, the sons will be wild and undisciplined because the rule of not having your father, and often the daughter will be what? Promiscuous. Now, if the daughter's promiscuous, that means what? She's eventually, more than likely, is going to have what? Children. But if she doesn't have a father, okay, and if her mother told her to have get government assistance, then she's not going to equate a family structure when she opens up her legs. She's not going to equate opening up her legs to having a family structure because she's had an incentive by the government to be to not be responsible to have kids. And now, like, I'm gonna take the quote from one of the elders at Great Millstone, man. Okay, these women, they're like walking around like pregnant roaches, man, because you have no value of the life in your body. You having these kids knowing there are a whole segment of our nation that's having kids without the concept of a father figure in their house, man. Now, there are great areas where things just don't work out. Deuteronomy 28 and 56. But you have a whole group of people of our nation is living off the government and producing low-level offspring, which just so happen to usually be the same people that's breaking in these houses, that's selling the drugs, all right? Because one thing about America, yeah, we know Esau set these traps up, but you have a choice to do better, man. It's not a third world country where if you don't sell your kids or if you don't prostitute your children, you're not gonna fucking live, man. All right? Now you can actually go and elevate yourself in this society, man. Okay? But the point is, Esau created these systems. They created these wild, low-level individuals, and then put the traps in them same environments so they could fall for them traps. The same way he actually created farms to raise lions just to hunt them, Esau created environments to raise individuals just to hunt them, just to put them in this prison industrial complex, man. That's why it says Esau preys on the poor man in private, in private, man. All right, because he created these legislations, he created these environments to produce these low-level individuals. He created the so-called black culture and exploited black culture, and gave Jake incentives to be low-level, and then gave them the traps that if they fell for the traps, you lock them away forever, man. All right, creating these single-parent households, which is going to produce the same generation afterwards. All right, but you know, I hope brothers were edified. I hope I made my point clear. You know, Esau is basically can hunting. And to the next lesson, Shalom.